Hi, my name is Janet Panozzo. This is my sister,
Bridget.
We're with Artistic Ceramics Incorporated, located at 125 South 9th Avenue in the city of La Puente. Today, we're going to show you how we silkscreen limited edition tiles for a special event called the Uptown Whittier Zombie Pub Crawl on October the 23rd, 2010. Hope you can make it. In the interest of time, we've done a few things to reduce the length of this video. First of all, I created original line art on computer. That line art was then printed onto a vellum. It looks just like you see here. The vellum is then sent to a silkscreen making company who creates a wooden frame screen for us. There are certain parameters for screens that they'll take care of for you. If it's over a certain size, it would be out of aluminum, but since this is a small one, we can use a wooden frame. But once this is silkscreened on the tiles we've selected, the finished product before glaze will look like this. You can see the black line has been very carefully transferred through the active silkscreening using Artistic Ceramic Resist. And this is a special formulation we came up with to help artists just like yourself silkscreen your own image on your own tile. Either you contact us to do your special events, or if you're a silkscreener, you can do this yourself. When it's all finished, this tile is going to look like this. As you can see, it's a zombie girl crawling across the ground to celebrate the Uptown Whittier Zombie Pub Crawl. To prepare the screen, what I've done is we tape off the area that is not covered in film, and that's typically the outside area where the film meets the frame. In the interest of time, I've done a few tapings with the exception of this outside edge just to show you how easy it is. Simply take your tape and tape the edge. In addition, I've placed a jig, which is a method of holding a tile in place. And what I did was place the tile down and figure out where the artwork will end up on the tile and make sure that it's exactly how I like it. We've silkscreened this before in order to show you that original, so as you can see there's even an outside edge where the tile is underneath. Bridget then is mixing the special formula of Artistic Black Line Resist, and she's going to place about 3 ounces above the area to be screened. Now our formula is very carefully milled. It's very, very fine. In fact, this particular mesh is a 164 mesh screen. The lines on this particular tile are only 1-point lines. I might not recommend doing that again, but either way, it's turning out beautifully, and it's picking up a lot of detail. Okay, so now we're set and ready to go. Now Bridget is going to literally pull and press using both hands and dragging at an angle the copy through the opening of the film. And then she's going to carefully turn so that way all the resist stays on one side of the squeegee, and she's going to give it a second pass. About 4 ounces of Artistic Black Line Resist has been placed on the screen on the side closest to the screen operator, and then pulled across one time and then another. By starting at the bottom, you can very easily and conveniently hold your squeegee to your board while with one hand you lift it. Okay. When the screen is then lifted, the black line has very conveniently been transferred onto the tile. Now this black line needs to dry 24 hours before we start to glaze. And if you'll stay tuned, in a second we'll show you how we do that. At Artistic, we have taken the Laguna Clay Creatable Color Lines, which is a very user-friendly formulation of a base palette of about 23 colors, and created our own palette of over 110 colors. As you can see, we have them organized on a board with Velcro so we can take them out for project-specific jobs. In this case, for the zombie girl, we've selected you know, these colors here on the tray. You see this? And so the line art is assigned a number for each cavity. As you can see, ivory is the color we use for bone, number 6, and we've indicated exactly where the ivory will go on this particular tile. And then we prepare our bottles. We have very easy to work with bottles with syringe applicator caps. The formulas are in the bottle with these special caps, and we have a little device on the inside to help it mix. As you can see, the line art then is taken and assigned a colored number for each cavity. There's a bone in her arm that's revealed through rotting flesh here, and our number 6 ivory is the number that will fill that cavity. So once we assign a number on paper to help the glazer, then we set up the glazing station. Each colored chip is placed in front of the color to keep us organized, and if there's a special tip that we'll need to apply it, we'll put it right in front too. And then this is oriented to the glazer, and in this case Bridget's going to be putting on a certain color. In this case she's putting on the satin black top, and by gently squeezing the glaze through the medical syringe, we are covering the cavity of this black line indicated for the vest. And so she starts by very carefully going along the line but not touching the black line, and then very intentionally filling the 2 glazed chambers. And once we finish one color on all the tiles, we'll do another. Now in this case, this particular job is for 50 limited edition tiles. And so in this case we'll do maybe 60 to make sure that we cover our order and have a few extra just in case something goes wrong, and then to keep a couple for our internal publicity. Once the tile is fired though, again it will look like this. So as Bridget finishes colors, you can see on this table, you can come around here, once all the colors have been added, the tiles are then placed on a custom tile rack and then placed inside of a kiln and fired for about 10 hours to 1830 degrees. The protective covering is removed, the lid is then closed, and in 24 hours I'll have a finished tile to show you. Once completed, the tile rack is removed, and once out of the kiln, a tile is born. If you'd like for us to do a special event for you, look us up, www.artisticceramics.net.
Or call us at 626-968-8661.